all, my name is Komal, and in this video we'll be discussing about dictionaries in Python. So dictionary in Python is an unordered collection of data values used to store data values like a map, which unlike the other data types hold only single value as an element. A dictionary holds a key value pair. So here unordered collection of data values means the order in which you will input the values. You might not get the similar order in the output. Next, now dictionary holds a key value pair. In other data types, you just have a single element, but in dictionary, you have a pair of element where you have a key and you have a value. Now you must be wondering that these curly braces are there in sets also, but in sets we have single values and in dictionary we have a key value pair. Keys are unique within a dictionary while values may not be. The values of a dictionary can be of any type, but the keys must be of an immutable data type such as strings, numbers and tuples. Now we'll move further and we'll see an example of dictionary. So we have defined dictionary. Again, dictionary is equals to, it is started with an open curly braces. We have a key which is company and a value attached to it which is Maruti. A comma. Again key 2 which is model and a value set to it which is Swift. A comma and then the key value pair 3. And then we are closing the curly braces. This is how this syntax is. Now for naming the dictionary, we will follow the naming convention. Similarly, we have the example 2. Moving further, we will see the properties of dictionary. Dictionary values have no restrictions. It means we have no restrictions for values. They can be any arbitrary Python object, either standard object or user defined object. However, same is not true for keys. It means value has no restriction, but we have some points to remember while defining the keys. More than one entry per key is not allowed. It means key should be unique, which we have studied earlier, which means no duplicate value is allowed for key. When duplicate keys are encountered during assignment, the last assignment wins. Likewise, if you have given key a value 1 and later on you are giving key a value 2, it means in the output the value 2 will be there, 1 won't be there and 2 will take over the value. So this is an example for that. We have this dictionary is equals to, first we defined that our key 1 company has value Maruti and the model has value Swift and the year has value 2020. Now later what we did was we updated the value. We have given model the value WagonR, which was earlier Swift. So while we'll print the output, what we'll get is company will be Maruti, model will be WagonR now. It won't be Swift because we have given another value. So the second property is keys must be immutable, which means you can use strings, numbers or tuples as dictionary keys, but not something like we have in list. That is not allowed. Following a simple example, now we have a dictionary where name is given in list which is Zara and age is 7. Now if we will execute this code, it will give us an error which is saying that you cannot use list. This was our second property. Now for third topic we have accessing item. You can access the items of dictionary by referring to its key name inside the square brackets. It means if you want to access any item, any value, what we can do is we can refer the key name in a square bracket. So following the example, we have this dict. This dict is the name of dictionary. Open curly braces. We have the key company and the value Maruti. The model is again the key, Swift is the value and Y is key and 2020 is the value. Now if we want to find out the value for model, what we'll do? we will assign a value x is equals to this dict, the name of the dictionary, and we'll put that into a square brackets. So what we need to find, we need to find out the value of model. So when we'll look for the output, we'll get Swift. The key model was having the value Swift. So what is there is, if like we did in earlier example, we modified the model from Swift to Wagoner, we can do that. We can modify the value, but we cannot modify the key. If we want to modify the key, we need to drop that key and we need to assign another value. So this dict is a dictionary where we have name Zara, age 7, class first. Now what we want to do is we need to update the age from 7 to 8. So what we'll do, we'll put the key in square brackets and equals to the new value, whatever you want to put. Similarly, we were not having any school over here. So what we did is we are adding a new entry, school, and the value given to school is DPS school. So again, the dictionary, which is dict, in square brackets, add the key which you want to add equals to the value which you want to add. Now if we print the output will get is, now age is 8, which was earlier 7, and which we updated here, and we got new key value pair which is school, and the school is DPS. Now let's discuss loops through a dictionary. A loop is used to execute a block of statements repeatedly until a given condition is satisfied. And when the condition becomes false, the line immediately after the loop is executed. You can loop through a dictionary using a for loop. Means a for loop is used for iterating over a sequence. While looping through a dictionary, the return values are keys. It means we get keys as the output, but there are methods to return the values as well. Let's understand this with help of an example. So we have an example here where a dictionary is defined by the name dict, and we have open curly braces. We have our first key, which is brand, the first value as Ford, and then the second key model, the second value as Mustang, and the third key as year, and the third value as 1964. Okay. Now to execute and to find out the values in the dictionary, we'll use the syntax for x in this dict. This dict is the name of the dictionary dot the values, and then we'll print x, and this is our output. Our output are the values of the dictionary for Mustang in 1964. Moving forward, we'll check the length of the dictionary. Dictionary length, it is to determine how many items, how many key value pairs a dictionary has using the length function. So for example, we had dict1 as a dictionary, and where we have name Steve as first element, age 30 as second element, and designation program as third element. It means we have 3 pairs, 1, 2 and 3. Now using length counts the number of entries. So what we'll do, print length method colon and then length of the dictionary 1. So what we are getting the output as 3. So it is right, because we have this is name Steve is our first element, age 30 is our second element, and designation programmer is our third element. Now the next topic is add new keys to dictionary. We have different methods. Method 1 is we have defined a dictionary which is first name is Rohit and last name is Sharma. Okay. Now we'll print the current dictionary is dict. Whatever dictionary we'll put it here. Now using the subscription notation dict underscore name, and we'll give a new key name is equals to whatever new value you will be giving. We have done similar example earlier also. Let me show you. Yes. In this dictionary, we updated dictionary by adding a new entry, school, which is our key, and DPS is our value. Similarly, we are doing it here. In this, we are adding a new key and a new value to our dictionary. So, our first name is Mahendra and our last name is Singh Dhoni. Now, what we'll do, we'll print the updated dictionary. Okay. So the current dictionary was, their first name was Rohit and last name was Sharma. Now we updated the dictionary, and our updated dictionary is first name is Mahendra and last name is Dhoni. Only the values got changed. Our keys were same because keys cannot be changed. We can change the values. Now we have method 2, which is update method. So again we have a dictionary dict with elements. First name is Rohit and last name is Sharma. So what we'll do, we'll use the update function, dict.update gender male. It means we are adding one more key to it. We'll print the updated dict. So updated dict will be first name is Rohit, our first element, last name is Sharma, second element, and a new element which we added is gender is male. This is how we use the dictionary.update syntax to function to update a new key value pair to our dictionary. This is a third method where we will be using set item. Item is also a set of or a pair of key value. So our dict is our dictionary where first name is Rohit and last name is Sharma. Now we'll use print dot underscore set item underscore, and this is what we want to add, which a new entrant in our dictionary, which is height is 5'9". So we'll print the updated dict. The updated dict will be first name is again Rohit, last name is Sharma, which we were having earlier. The new entrant is the third pair, the third item, which is where height is my key and 5'9" is my value. So this is how we'll be adding new pairs or new items to our dictionary. Now moving further, this is how to remove items. There are several methods to remove items from a dictionary. Method 1 is using delete. So this test underscore dict is our dictionary. This is the name of dictionary and we have several items here. We have 4 items. First is Arushi 22. Arushi is key, this value. Anuradha is second. Anuradha 21 is our second element. Money 21 is our third element and Harshita 21 is our fourth element. Now we will want to remove money. We want to remove this third element. What we'll do? Delete text underscore dict, which is the name of dictionary, and in square brackets we'll write money, whatever you want to drop or delete. So now after executing, we'll print text underscore dict. So we have only 3 items left with us: Arushi 22, Anuradha 21, and Harita 21. Next is copy a dictionary. The copy method returns a shallow copy of the dictionary. Example 1 of dictionary copy. Original was, we have one web dev and second machine learning. Copying using copy function. So new, if you want to copy the original dictionary, we will give a new variable name new is equals to original dot copy. Removing all the items from the left, only the new list becomes empty as copy, does shallow copy. Then what we'll do, we'll use new dot clear and then we'll print new also and original also. So new is one is web dev and second in machine learning, and original was one web dev and second machine learning. This is similar. This is how we copy a dictionary. So here is our original dictionary, and copying using a copy function which we did earlier, where it was new is equal to original dot copy, removing all elements from the list and printing both. New dot clear, we have cleared all the elements, and we'll print new dictionary also and the original dictionary also. Okay, now original is equals to 1 Android dev and second data science, 2 is data science. Copy using new is equals to original. It means whatever we have done with new, now it will be equal to original. So what we'll get as an output is new was empty now and original was having, earlier new was empty and original was web one it was the key, web dev was the element value, and second was the key, 2 was the key, and machine learning was the value. Now we cleared the new one, and then we use an assignment, we use an equal to assignment operator where we are saying that new is equals to original. So whatever is there in new will be there in original. We have copied the new one and we have got the original one. So this is our output.